Well, I learned about grieving when lost my brother, actually, when I was a 28-year-old. He was killed suddenly, and I was in the hospital the next day having my second son. The problem with that was that I didn't have any time to grieve, but I also didn't know about grieving or know how to do that. Partly because I'd been a child during the war, and I had lost a cousin, and another one was in a prisoner of war camp for 5 years. Another young man that had come to visit us that I was quite fond of was killed in a plane accident, a training thing. So all of this was going on, but nobody helped me grieve. They didn't know how to, I realize now. So then I had a close friend die when I was 17, and he died in a motorcycle accident. And again, although I did grieve more for him because I couldn't help it. I remember going to his home, and he lived in Peterborough at the time when he died, and I cried all the way home from there to Toronto. Anyway, one of the things that was really helpful for me when I got into therapy was understanding that I hadn't grieved my brother's death. And because I was in therapy, I was not only looking at his death, but also our relationship, our whole relationship. And that was a real eye-opener for me when I learned how I needed to go into those feelings and really feel them all through. So prior to that, earlier on, I would go to places where somebody knew my brother, and they'd start to talk to me about him, and the tears would be rolling down my face, and I'd be quite embarrassed. And it was because I hadn't done the grieving that I needed to do. So that was an important key for me in understanding the necessity of grieving and grieving for as long as you need to grieve.